Hi everyone, this video is going to walk you through how to go about setting up the eReInsure approval workflow for offices within your organization. Now, what do I mean when I say approval workflow? The approval workflow is actually an optional workflow that can be configured for insurers in which the application requires the sign-off of a designated approver, either at the sending or the binding or endorsement of a submission before it goes out the door. Before the approval workflow can function, two things need to happen. First, you need to get approver permissions, and second, you need to be added to the approver table. Let's cover these in order. In order to become an approver, have someone within the company with the admin role add the Approve Submissions role to your profile. I'll show you what this looks like. If you don't know who your eReAdmin is, contact eReSupport and we'll help. The admin will go into their settings, then scroll down to Company Information. Then they'll click Users and Offices. This will display the organizational structure along with the users in each office. The admin will then select a user, and then under Roles, there are a variety of checkboxes. They will then mark the Approve Submission checkbox, then click Save Changes. That user now has permission to be an approver. The approver then needs to be added to the approval table. In your settings, scroll down to the approval table and click Edit. Click the office you want to set up with the approval workflow. In this case, I'll pick Salt Lake City. You will then be able to designate a primary and secondary approver for that office. A secondary approver is not required, but you do have the option. Choose the approver from the drop-down, and the system will automatically save your selection. You can then return to the settings page. It's important to note, the approval workflow functions at the office level. What that means is that if an approver is designated for a given office, all submissions from users within that office will follow the approval workflow. Conversely, in a given office that does not have an approver designated, the submissions from users within that office will follow the standard workflow instead of the approval workflow. So the approval process can be configured to kick in whenever an underwriter is doing one of three tasks: sending a submission to market, requesting to bind the submission, or issuing an endorsement. When a submission or a bind request or an endorsement comes from an office using the approval workflow, the approver will receive a notification email whose subject will include the named insured and the phrase "approval needed" as shown here. Now you should be set up for the approval workflow. Please review our other video tutorials that walk through each of the three examples of approval workflows themselves. And as always, if you have any questions or bump into any issues, please reach out to our support team. We'll be happy to help out.